And we are live. I'm about 33 minutes early because I have to take my wife to get coronavirus shot. So, you know, got to start early. How's everybody doing today? It's going to be a fun one. It's not going to be a super long one, but it's going to be a fun one. Let's talk. Let's talk. I didn't even realize the Everton Sheffield United game started. I thought it was gonna start at 3:30. Not 3:30, 3 o'clock. But halftime it's done. And Everton are 1-0 behind. Well, Sheffield are 1-0 up. So how's everybody feeling right about now, man? I'm feeling good. It's been an exciting weekend, and it could get even more exciting. You know what I'm saying? Seeing that, look, Sheffield United could pick up a win over Everton. The young Jebison scored his first goal. Ryan Brewster has no goals, while Jebison has one. That's crazy. Alisson Becker has one goal. Jebison has none. Not Jebison. Ryan Brewster has none. It's crazy. It is crazy. It is crazy, man. But what a week it has been. What a week of Premier League football. Quite a few dead rubbers in there, but some very, very good games. Very, very good games, I must say. And I'm here to analyze, to do a roundup of these games. I have to come back tomorrow to actually do a prediction for the midweek games, and then it's gonna be a busy end to the season for me. So big up to the boy Thriller from Manila in the house. He's saying Everton losing to Sheffield. Yeah, I didn't even know the game had started because I've been watching every Premier League game this season, almost all the games. And even if I'm not like say actively watching it, I'm listening. You see what I'm saying? Or I'm sleeping and the game is in my ears or something like that. Like what happened to me this morning. I was so tired at work this morning. And I caught glimpses of the Tottenham Wolves game, you know what I mean? And the other game that played, the Palace Villa game, I think that was today. Yeah, I was in and out of sleep. You're not supposed to. I was at work, but I was tired, man. Whatever. Shh. So let's get things started. No warm up today. We don't need to warm up. Let's get things started and let's start with the first game. We're going to talk about the Newcastle versus Man City fixture. I'm not going to leave that one for last. I haven't spoken about it yet on the channel and I want to get it done. So I predicted a 2-1 win for Manchester City. The game ended in an emphatic 4-2 victory for Manchester City. That was an amazing game. That was good. That was good. But before we do get into that one, there were two match week 36 games that were played early on in the week between United and Leicester, where Leicester won the game 2-1. And in that game, we had Luke Thomas scoring his first Premier League goal. That was a worldie, set up by Yuri Tillemans. We talk about Tillemans a little later when we talk about the FA Cup win for Leicester. And Mason Greenwood, he scored in the 15th minute to equalize. And then Chaglar Soyuncu, his first goal of the season. A lot of firsts in this freaking game. And his first goal of the season set up well by Mark Albrighton's corner, who was part of the Premier League winning team in the 66th minute. And it capped off a 2-1 victory for Leicester City. And on top of that, we already covered it, but United did go on to lose to Liverpool as well. So what a week for Man United. Not a very good week, and they have to be thankful that they have already picked up 70 points and they don't have to worry about missing out on Champions League. The other game that happened prior to the other week 36 matches were Chelsea 0, Arsenal 1. And that win was courtesy of a goal by Emil Smith-Rowe, his second goal of this season, set up by Aubameyang for his third assist. And that was a horrible mistake by Jorginho to sink Chelsea's ship. Chelsea losing that match and going on to lose the FA Cup final. 2 losses in the week. It's been a horrible week for Chelsea fans. A horrible week for Manchester United fans as well. So how are you guys feeling in the chat, man? How are you feeling before we actually talk about the City, Newcastle? How's everybody in here feeling right about now? Big up to Palomo. Big up to Adam the Great. who says, I'm not happy, but I'm not going to cry over the result. We got 3 more games to go at least. Let's secure top 4. Yeah, it could be a horrible end to the season for Chelsea, though, because, a lot of tough games. A lot of tough games. Champions League final, you play Leicester again, and then you have Aston Villa. Could lose all 3, man. Could lose all 3 of them. Big up to the boy Legend Sweet to Jop 499 Super Chat, who says, Dominic, I told you about Ferran Torres fire, bro, against Newcastle. Let us talk about that one right about now. Thank you very much there, Legend Sweet. Let us talk about that one. And I see Zachary saying Women's UEFA final. Oh man, I didn't even realize that was playing today. Sorry, man. Sorry, but I can't watch that. I'm gonna have a busy day. I gotta actually, as I said at the beginning, my wife have an appointment for the second coronavirus shot at 4:45. That's like an hour 40 something minutes from now. So I have to get through these games, and I will. That's way more than enough time, and that's enough time to go down a few rabbit holes as well, and respond to some comments and everything, and then after the coronavirus shot, then I have to go food shopping, because right now we don't have food in the house right now. Exhausted all the supplies, not all, but most of it. When you open the fridge and you're like, oh God, there's nothing in here to eat. That's a situation right about now. So let us talk. Newcastle, Man City. I predicted a 2-1 win for City. It was a dead rubber. Man City had already secured the title after United lost back-to-back games, one against Leicester and the other against Liverpool. As for Newcastle, they were safe after having a brilliant month of April and a good start to May as well. And Steve Bruce winning Premier League Manager of the Month for the last month as well. So it's been a good, let's say, last 2 months for Newcastle after not starting the year right. A lot of injuries, COVID-19 and all that stuff hampered their progress. But with the relegation of West Brom, Fulham and Sheffield United, all the other struggling clubs above those aforementioned clubs were safe. So they could play with a lot of freedom for the rest of the season. And Newcastle, they played with a lot of freedom. They did, and they gave us a really good game, man. That was a good game. That was a Friday match. I was off from work, dropped my wife to work, and I'm, watching that game, and I'm like, it was actually 4-3. Damn, I even forgot. 4-3, not 4-2. I said 4-2 earlier. It's 4-3. God damn. Losing my mind here. 4-3. It was a thriller. And with that said, big up to the boy Thriller from Manila in the house as well. Emil Kraft, first goal of the season. I think that's his first goal for the club, if I'm not mistaken. Set up by a corner from John Joe Shelby. And that corner resulted after a block. It was a chance. It was a chance by, I think, let me see. Joel Linton, he had a shot that was blocked by Kyle Walker. The ball went out for a corner. The resulting corner wasn't defended well because City tend to defend zonally. And when you defend zonally, you could lose your man. If you man mark, you could stick tight to a man. But when you go zonal, players get away from you. And we've been conceding goals from corners quite a bit lately. And that was a good header, good towering jump by Emil Kraft. And it was 1-0 to Newcastle. And at that moment, I'm like, oh, damn, we're going to F things up today. But Joao Cancelo came roaring back. It was a really good build-up play. Rodri kept his poise, laid off for Cancelo, and it got a wicked deflection. But I think it would have ended up in the back of the net anyways. But the deflection actually helped it to go past Dubravka, who had a good day in goal. He was very busy. A few minutes later, 3 minutes later, a free kick came in by Ilkay Gundogan. God damn, what a goal by Ferran Torres. Listen, man, I'm going to say this right now. Ferran Torres, I never doubted you, and you guys know I never doubted Ferran Torres. All I wanted from Ferran Torres, for him to not be a ghost during games. Don't be a ghost. Help out in defense. Stay present. Stop disappearing in games. And in this game, he didn't disappear at all. He was very, very present, man. And that could signal the coming of Ferran Torres. A hat trick in the game. And to kick off the hat trick, goddamn. Yeah, damn, that was an amazing freaking goal, man. That what do you call that, man? That was a wicked goal. The ball came in and Ferran Torres with that spectacular kind of acrobatic glance off his freaking side of his boot there. That was amazing. That's one of the best goals of the season, man. The only goal that could beat that for best goal of the season is the Eric Lamela Rabona. That's it. That was his 5th goal of the season. 2-1. 2-1 at that time. And just before the halftime break, we give away a penalty. I think that was Nathan Ake with a foul on Joel Linton. Joel Linton step up and put away a penalty. Good penalty taken by Joel Linton there. He needed the goal. He needed, to get his confidence up because since he came in from Hoffenheim, he has been very poor, in my opinion. But 2-2 at halftime, game on, game on. But Newcastle were the team that came back in the second half and went 3-2 up through Joe Willock after Kyle Walker had fouled him. And I think I did mention that Joe Willock would score in this game as well. That's his 6th goal of the season, and I think his 5th in 5 consecutive games. The man have been on freaking fire. Thriller, how you feel about Joe Willock, man? You think Arsenal is going to actually take him back, or do you think Newcastle are going to try their hardest to sign him on a permanent basis? I think, honestly, Newcastle should try to sign him because he's playing with a lot more confidence at Newcastle than he is at Arsenal, and he was, out on loan previously. And you don't want to go back and then you're receiving that same treatment from a manager that never really trusted you. But game on, man. And at that time, I'm like, God damn, we're losing the game. But I didn't feel sad about losing the game because we had won the title already. But still, no one likes to lose. No one likes to lose games. But we came fighting back. We came fighting back, and the boys really, really made me proud. It took 2 minutes for Ferran Torres to smash in a pullback from Gabriel Jesus. That was a brilliant goal because it happened so fast, and for Ferran Torres to be switched on there, it was simply an amazing build-up play and everything. And then it took 2 more minutes for him to complete his hat-trick. It was a tap-in after... was that a Gunda one with the shot? I can't remember whose shot was saved, but shot was saved, and I can't remember exactly what happened, but I know Ferran Torres was right there for the tap-in. Just brilliant. He scored a lot of tap-in goals. He scored a lot of tap-in goals. I know a lot of people are going to criticize him and say, yeah, he got such and such goals, but they're tap-ins, right? But it doesn't matter. Tap-in, spectacular, still count as 1 goal, and that brought up his 7th goal this season. So the season you could look at Ferran Torres now and say he had a really good Champions League season and now a really good Premier League season. Because in the Premier League, 22 appearances, 7 goals, 2 assists, including a hat-trick. That's not bad at all. What more could you ask for from a player who's only 20 years old, on the cusp of being, well, he's just 21. He's 21 year old, just, came to the club and everything. First season. Come on, 7 goals in 22 Premier League games? That's awesome. That's a goal every 3 games. What more do you want? You see what I'm saying? 2 assists to go with that. And in the Champions League, he has done very, very well. For Manchester City, Ferran Torres has 34 appearances, right? 13 goals and 3 assists. That's a great start. So now we could actually look and say, yeah, the criticism might be a bit too harsh. Might be a bit too harsh. So how's everybody feeling today right now, man? How's everybody feeling? So we got Julian in the house. Julian, how are you? Legend Sweetie say Dominic, he done better than Leroy Sané. I like Sané, but in terms of his career comparing to Leroy Sané, well, Ferran Torres has started a lot better, in my opinion. because you look at his City career, 34 games, he has 13 goals, 3 assists. Valencia career, 97 matches, only 9 goals, 12 assists. So he's improved already. The man has improved under Pep Guardiola, and the season isn't even over yet. This is nuts. He has scored 3 times as many goals as he did at Valencia. Almost 100 matches, 9 goals, 34 games for City, 13 goals. Like, that's amazing. That is amazing. And for Spain, he has 10 caps and 6 goals already. And I think that includes a hat-trick as well. So the boy Ferran Torres is just, one for the future, man. And we can't be too harsh on the young man. So right about now, Everton is still trailing to Sheffield United, courtesy of a goal by a young man called some Jebison is his name. First start ever, second appearance for Sheffield, and the man has 1 goal. Ryan Brewster has none. And as I mentioned at the start of the live stream, Alisson Becker has more goals than Ryan Brewster this season. Who could have freaking predicted that one? So good game, good fight back by Man City. Had to come from behind a few times there. And you got to give it to Newcastle United as well. They took the lead, and they really, really give us a very, very, very good game. One other major talking point here. Scott Carson. Big up to the boy Scott Carson. Making his debut in the Premier League for Manchester City. The first time the man has played in the Premier League for 10 years. Ridiculous. And the last team he played against too was Newcastle, I think, and the game ended a 3-3 draw. But this time he ended up on the winning end. Well, that didn't come out. Ended up on the winning end. Well, he was on the winning end at the end of the day. And I think he did a good job, because the 3 goals that he conceded, he could not have done anything. And you got to give him props for saving the second penalty. And Joe Willock was there to tap it in, but he saved the penalty. And I did mention this in a previous live stream that Pep should just make 11 changes, play Scott Carson as well. And to my surprise, I was dropping my wife to work and I didn't check the lineups as yet. And I'm like, let me check the lineup. I checked the lineup. I instantly took out the phone and I made a YouTube short reacting to Scott Carson's inclusion in the team. It looked kind of weird. I think Scott Carson maybe needs to shave up his beard and thing. He looks older than he actually is. He's like 35. Imagine this. Scott Carson is 35, guys. I'm only 34 years old. Scott Carson looks like my father. Literally looks like my father. But it was a good performance, and I felt really good to see him run out. I think in the next game, Zach Steffen should be in the goal. And the final game, you play Edison so that he could warm up for the Chelsea Champions League fixture. And expect to see a lot of rotation for the rest of the season for Manchester City. So that players would keep fresh for the Champions League final. A few youngsters, after winning the Premier League too, could, get rewarded with some, debuts and everything like that. And just to reward, the players. And I love that Pep Guardiola rewarded Scott Carson for all his work he has done with the boys in training. Could that signal an end of Scott Carson's career? Maybe he's going to leave the club, and they figured, yeah, you know what, man, you're not going to leave without an appearance. Here you go. So that was a touch of class by Pep Guardiola. Also in the news, I'm hearing that Dele Alli was seen kissing Pep Guardiola's daughter in a bar. I didn't look up anything on it yet, but I have seen it. I have seen something on it, but I didn't really watch it. What is going on here, man? Oh my God, Pep Guardiola's daughter is wild. You know what I'm saying? Listen, girls just want to have fun, man. So it is what it is. How old is she though? That's the thing. Is she in her 20s or something? if she's in her 20s, that's fine. But if she's like a teenager still, it's like, but a legal teenager is kind of wild, to be honest. See what I'm saying? Wonder how Pep Guardiola would, look at Dele Alli right now. Maybe he knew. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe he knew. But that is crazy, though. That is very, very crazy. So with that win, Manchester City, they extend their points tally at the top of the Premier League table, and they go up to 83 points. They could only get a maximum of 89 points with 2 matches left. As for Newcastle, they are 16th, 39 points. They are safe. They will be in the Premier League next season, and they finish off their Premier League season against Sheffield and Fulham. 2 games that are very, very winnable. As for City, the next game is against Brighton Hove Albion, and on Championship Sunday, it will be against Everton, who are currently losing to Sheffield United as we speak. And then the Champions League final, the grand finale against Chelsea. That will be played in Porto on the 29th of May. So that does it. That's my thoughts. I'm relieved that the boys came back. I think everybody played well. Even with a rotated team, Eric Garcia is probably playing some of his final games for Manchester City. I think Nathan Ake was 50-50. He tried a bit too hard, but I could see some promise in Ake. Mendy had a good little run out. It could be his last days at the club as well. I think Kyle Walker was a bit rash on the day. We know he could be rash. Rodri was solid. So was Gundogan. Jesus, Ferran Torres. Sterling still has not, got to his usual best. He needs to get his act together. So that'll be it for that game. If you guys have anything to say, let me know in the chat. So big up to Formidable Centurions in the house. Robert Robinson. We have Adam the Great. Dupe in the house. Who else we got in here? We got Zachary Leahy saying some nice little body girls out there. Oh, Zachary. Oh, my God. Oh, man. I love it, man. I love it. This community, man. I love this community, man. Nice little community I got here. You guys are funny, man. You guys are funny. And thank you very much, B2K Julian, for reminding me to talk about the record. Yeah. Oh, man. Thank you very much. So let me just double check right here. Insights. Manchester City have won their last 12 away league matches, the longest ever winning run by a team in the top 4 tiers of English league football. English league football since the formation of the Football League in 1898. So amazing, man. Amazing. What a team. Seriously, people need to just relax and just sit back and say, wait, wow, what a team. 3 Premier League titles in 4 years. 5 Premier League titles in 10 years. That's domination. That's domination. You see what I'm saying? So congratulations to Manchester City on winning the 2020-21 English Premier League title. It's on next season. It's going to be very, very fun next season. And I have to say this before I move on to the next game. It's going to take a whole lot of beating to beat Manchester City next season. So for the fans of all you other clubs, brace yourselves. It's going to be a wild ride. All right, so we shall move on. Burnley versus Leeds. I predicted a 2-1 win for Leeds. And that game ended what? That was what? A 4-0? Was that a 4-0 win for Leeds? God damn. God damn, Leeds. You are absolutely on fire. Matthias Klick in the 44th minute. Set up by Rafinha. That's Rafinha. That was Klick's 4th goal of the season. That was Rafinha's 8th assist. 8. Amazing. What a season. What a season. 68th minute, Jack Harrison set up by Alioski. That was Harrison's 8th goal of the season. And then Rodrigo bagged the brace within 2 minutes. I saw that. Of course, I saw it. And that was brilliant breakaway, man. Burnley, they were just open. Big gaping hole in their defense. They're usually better than this. But anytime you see Peacock Farrell in the goal, you know there's going to be a lot of goals. Whenever he's in there, just be prepared. And I think I don't know if, I honestly don't know if Pope is injured or if because Burnley already survived, they want to say, okay, Peacock, Farrell, go out there and do your thing. You know what I'm saying? And they were battered, absolutely battered there. Harrison set up both goals for Rodrigo, and Harrison now has 8 goals this season and 8 assists. Man City will be making some money on this player because I think they should sell him to Leeds United. I don't think we should call him back and use him and have him in rotation. Sell him. It will be better for the player's career for him to start almost every single game for Leeds United. And I just looked at their bench and I saw Kiko Casilla, the former Real Madrid goalkeeper there. He should get a match. He should get a game before the season ends, He probably played 1 or 2 cup games, but he should get a run in. Some of the other youngsters should get a run in as well, and finish off a very, very, very good season and a good return to the Premier League for Leeds. Excuse me. Leeds played well. Leeds played very well, especially against the top 6 teams. And for them to just go to Turf Moor and smash and school Burnley like this, they're sending a message. And next season, they can be even better. A lot of players know what they're capable of doing, and they will be a very attractive club come next season. And is this transfer window that's coming up, man, guys? I plan to let's say let us go live every week, because it's not about me, it's about us. Let us go live every week to talk about done deals. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about done deals. Let's talk about transfer rumors and things like that. We're going to do something like that this summer. I think we're going to do something like that. Even in the mix of all the tournaments and everything, we're going to find some time to talk about transfers because it's exciting to see who's going to move to Leeds United, which new player Liverpool are going to sign, which new player Man City are going to sign, Chelsea, Arsenal, Tottenham. It's exciting. Think about it. Just take 1 second and say, Dom, I think you're right. Yeah. Who's going to go to Barcelona? Who's going to go to Real Madrid, Juventus? You know what I mean? It's fun. It is fun. We already know some transfers that already happened, like Upamecano, David Alaba, so on and so forth. But, just to think about where players are going. This thing is fun. This is entertaining. Football is entertainment, and we have been entertained all season. So thank you very much there, Thriller. Thriller says, Dom, are you going to do your own version of an award show at the end of the season? Player of the year, flop of the year, gold of the year. We could do something like that. I did not plan to do that, but I think I could do that. That's a great idea. That is a very, very good idea. So I think I should actually, should I write that down? Yeah, I should. Let me write that down. You know what I mean? Award show, award show. Let me write that down. Award show, end of season award show. That's a good idea. I plan to do an end of season roundup. So maybe there could be the award show in there. You know what I'm saying? So I'll work on that. Best goal of the season, you know what I mean, in terms of first, second, third. I'll look over at all the goals of the month and all of that, and, player of the season and manager of the season and things like that. So thank you very much there, Thriller. That's a very, very good idea. You guys add a lot of value to this thing, a lot of value. Big up to the boy Adam the Great, who says good idea, Thriller. And what else we got here? So Dupe saying Pope is injured right now. Again, listen, if Peacock Farrell find himself in the goal next season for Burnley, trust me, Burnley are going down. So they better hope that Nick Pope don't break a leg on an arm or something, because it's going to be over for them. So thank you very much here, Legend Sweet, who says, Dominic, do you think Man City should play Ferran Torres as a striker, or do they need to sign a striker, bro? I was thinking about this, I was actually thinking. I saw something and I was like, wait, could Pep be transforming Ferran Torres into an out-and-out striker? You see what I'm saying? Because he has the striker's instinct. He has proven that he can score goals. He doesn't really defend that much. So, because Gabriel Jesus played the match, but Gabi was more over on the right. This is nuts. Gabi is a striker, but the boy Ferran was more central, which could be an indication that Pep is leaning towards that way. And it could be a situation where the young Man City striker Liam Delap gets into the squad and he gets honed just like Foden was honed into the player he is today. Very, very good point there, Legend Sweet. Do appreciate that. So let's go back to the script here. I'm way ahead of myself. I have all my things written down in the notes because there's a lot of work to do still, guys. There's a lot of work to do. I'm a kind of guy, I do work. I put in work. We have to round up this week's games, and then tomorrow we will predict the games. And when I say predict, it's just called a predict. It's a discussion. We discuss what's happening in the week, and then on Thursday, I have to come and wrap up the week. And then on Friday, I have to predict the Championship Sunday games. And then on Sunday, we have to do the last one for the season. So it's going to be a very, very, very busy week. And then we're going to talk about Champions League. We're going to talk about Euros. We're going to talk about Copa America. We're going to talk about transfers. Talk about new kits and all these things. We got a lot planned. We got a lot of stuff planned for the rest of the season. So congrats to Leeds. That was a big win, emphatic victory. And, they have returned to the Premier League after about 17 years? And they are doing very, very well. And you look at where they're at right now, 10th, 53 points. That is impressive. Leeds could end the season on 59 points. That is impressive. A round of applause to Leeds United. For the remainder of the season, they will play Southampton and West Brom. Those are possibly 2 wins. Easily. Burnley, on the other hand, they are 15th. Survived, of course. We'll be back next season. But, let's see if they are able to inject some, youth into their squad, into their setup, because they will have a better budget, seeing that they had an American takeover this season. Alan Pace being in charge of that and everything. So let's see if they'll pick up the pace and bring in some fresh players and everything. But you have to also commend Burnley for operating on such a small budget and surviving. When you have teams like Fulham splashing the cash, West Brom and them teams splashing the cash, and Sheffield United splashing the cash, and they're going down to the Championship. So Burnley will play Liverpool next in a big clash. That's a huge one. Burnley did beat Liverpool 1-0 in the reverse fixture at Anfield. So Liverpool will be out for vengeance. And then they play Sheffield United on the last day of the season. So let us move on. I predict a 2-1 win for Southampton over Fulham. And Southampton did pick up a win over Fulham. That was an impressive win. 3-1. They did me 1 better and scored 3 instead of 2 goals. So the first 3 predictions there, on point. You see what I'm saying? On freaking point. You know what I'm saying? And when I get my predictions right, I feel good. I don't always get them right, but if I get them right, it makes me feel good. And, first 3, I'm looking good, baby. I'm looking really good. So, Che Adams and Ings started the game up top, and Adams opened the scoring in the 27th minute. That was his 9th goal of the season, set up by James Ward-Prowse from a cross. 8 assists for him. Nathan Teller, he had came on just 2 minutes prior, And the man scored his first ever senior goal for Southampton, and the grin on his face, it was tangible. And I felt so happy for the young man because I think he has done very well this season, and he looks promising. So look out for Nathan Teller. Set up by Kyle Walker-Peters for that goal. Brilliant goal too. Brilliant goal. Even though it was sort of a tap-in, it was still, you got to be there. You got to be at the right place at the right time. And there was another debutant who scored. I think this was his first start. Fabio Carvalho, a youngster there. He scored in the 75th minute, and he celebrated very emphatically as well. Was set up by Bobby Reid. Bobby Reid's second assist. But on their fight back, Fulham conceded again. Theo Walcott, set up by Nathan Teller, who had a brilliant game. That was also Teller's first assist this season. So 1 goal, 1 assist to cap it off. Theo Walcott scoring his first goal at home for Southampton in about 13 years or so. So it was a very, very symbolic affair, man. And it was nice to see when Danny Ings went off for Nathan Teller. Teller coming on and scored. So very, very good game. Joe Bryan he didn't start this game. He came off the bench. And when I saw Joe Bryan, I was like, a little too late for Joe Bryan, man. I think Scott Parker did not treat him too well this season. He was the one who scored both goals in the championship playoff final. Brought Fulham up, basically. Single-handedly brought Fulham up. And the man hardly played this season. And to be exact, let me tell you guys how many appearances Joe Bryan had this season. It's taken quite a while to load, but, it's taken a while. So, yeah, it loaded. Joe Bryan this season, 14 games, 1 assist. And most of them, well, he started the season and Fulham lost their first 3 games. So first 4 games he started and Fulham lost their first 4 matches. So after that, he was benched. And then he had like 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 2 minutes. It's just like the manager just gave him the cold shoulder. And since the first 4 games of the season, Joe Bryan has only started 1 other Premier League game. That was a loss against Manchester United. So Joe Bryan was involved in a couple wins, but only 1 minute, which is ridiculous. 2 wins, 1 minute each win. So being the club captain and all, he was treated really bad. So don't want to be too long on that, but Southampton, who has been the worst team in 2021 in the Premier League, and the second half of the season has been rotten. They look good early on, but they just fell away, and they have to work on that, man. They definitely have to work on that. The defense, man. When we thought their defense was actually damn good, it just crumbled. I think Romeo's injury may have contributed to that. So they would want to actually show up their defensive midfield position. I know they have Diallo, but still. You see what I'm saying? Still, man. So we have Thriller saying Dominic Rich Fan Awards. Fan of the Year, Adam the Great. Most consistent, Julian. Most loyal, Dupe. Troll of the Year, Mini Cute. That's a good one. But Fan of the Year would be tough, though. We have some good it'll be this one would be a bit controversial, and I wouldn't want to do that so that I make people feel, some people would feel special, but other people would feel kind of left out. You see what I mean? But we've had some very, very good support from you guys all season, man. Some people disappeared because of Liverpool's drop off in form and all, but we had some very, very good support from you yourself, Thriller, Adam, OB, Julian, Robert Robinson. All the guys know who they are. Sebastian, Dupe. Look, the names are right there. Roshane Frazier. All these names I keep seeing, man. Matthew Walcott. All of you guys. Adam the Great. Already said Robert. No Cora. Everyone. All the names, they're not new names. Zachary Leahy. They're not new names. Formidables. the boy Jordan Hyman as well. You know, A-Bub. Where's A-Bub? We haven't been seeing A-Bub since Manchester United lost back-to-back games, you know. You see what I'm saying? What's going on? Big up to the boy Antoine Eugene as well. You know, where's A-Bub though? Where's the United fans? Where's Dane Richards? You know what I'm saying? Where are they? Where's Gervais? Where's the Chelsea fans at? Adam is here, but where's the other Chelsea fans? Ah, man, thank you very much there, Thriller. You know, but postseason for Fulham, they're a yo-yo club. Scott Parker says he wants them to fix that. Fix that. You're too much of a yo-yo club. You're up, you're down, you're up, you're down. So they got to fix that. Southampton are on the brink. That's all I'm going to say. They're on the brink. They need to get their act together, or else next season they could be in jeopardy of going down as well. But lucky for them, they were able to survive because of the, you know, because Fulham, West Brom, and Sheffield weren't good enough. And that's the only reason why those other clubs found it a lot easier to survive. If you had a situation where there was a relegation battle, Southampton, man, it could have been over for you. Burnley, these teams, it could have been over for you, but those three bottom teams actually helped them out big time. So for those clubs, just to touch on their fixtures, and then we're gonna move on. We're gonna keep it moving, guys. Southampton, they play Leeds and West Ham United. West Ham, they failed to win their game against Brighton, so they won't be in the Champions League race anymore unless something crazy happens and, you know, you have Chelsea actually not picking up any more points for the rest of the season, Liverpool not picking up any more points, Tottenham not picking up any more points, and West Ham picking up all 6. That's the only reason they could, the only way they could get Champions League football. They have dropped to 7th. But, you know, that'll be a very important game there, Southampton versus West Ham United. As for Fulham, the relegated Fulham, who were supposed to play with a lot of freedom and everything in this game, but they were horrible in the game. That game summed up Fulham's entire season. They were just bad. I'm like, what is going? How are you so bad? You see what I'm saying? When you see Southampton score 3 goals in a game, they had fun. It was pretty easy for them. I'm not to discount Southampton or anything, but they were good. You know what I'm saying? They were good in the game because Fulham were just like wide open. Fulham do play Man United. That one's going to be rough. And Newcastle, that one's going to be rough. Newcastle have been good. Maybe they'll beat United. Because we know how much of a fraud United are. And that, you know, that is not even a joke anymore. That is not a joke. I was being funny with it sometimes, but it ain't a joke. It ain't a joke. My prediction for Brighton versus West Ham, guys, a 1-1 draw. So that's the first 4 games. I predicted them right. 3 wins for the teams that won and a draw for the Brighton-West Ham fixture. So, you know what I'm saying? Not bad. Not bad. I don't know how well I did in the remaining ones, but so far, so good, man. So far, so good. So far, I did predict a draw for the... I don't think... The only one I'm getting, like, really wrong right about now is the current game. The game that's playing right now. 82nd minute, Sheffield United are beating Everton 1-0. And I did predict Palace and Aston Villa to draw and the Tottenham and Wolves to draw. So that's not a bad prediction because I didn't predict anybody to lose. So this week has been one of my best weeks in terms of predictions. But going back to the Brighton Hove Albion West Ham United game, West Ham needed to win this game in order to compete for Champions League, where if they won all remaining matches, it would have been definitely on. They would have been in the mix, but I think it's not. It's over for them. They'll be lucky if they get a Conference League spot right about now. Whoa. Okay, Everton almost got close to an equalizer there. So in this game, Danny Welbeck scored in the 84th minute. They left it for late, And then Said Benrahma, that was Welbeck's 6th goal this season, set up by Percy Tau, who came back after a loan stint at Anderlecht. Finally got to play for Brighton after they bought him and he was out on loan for quite a while. And then he went to play for South Africa and he was quarantining for some time, it seems. And it's weird. I was like, Percy Tau, whoa, I forgot about Percy Tau. Where did he go? He came on and picked up an assist, which is nuts. So it just shows you if players like Percy Tau, because I remember when he came in January, he hit the ground running. He looked good. He started the game against City, I could remember. And he just disappeared. I don't know what happened. Another player I'm seeing in here for Brighton is Florin Andoni. Whatever happened to him? You see what I'm saying? But I think they played well. And they frustrated the hell out of West Ham United. And they managed to pick up that late goal, but could not hold on to their lead. And that has been the story of Brighton's life all season, where they have drawn way too many games. They have drawn the most games this season. And if you want a number, the number of draws is 14. 14 draws this season. The next team that comes close, Fulham and West Brom with 12 and 11. And that's why they're towards the bottom of the table. That's why they're 17th, 18th, and 19th. You see what I'm saying? So if Brighton had won, like say 14 draws, let's say they had won 6. If they had won 6 more, at 12 more points, they would have been 50 points, bam. 11th. That's very good. 11th. And let's say they had won more games that they drew, would have been fighting for a Europa League place. That's how well Brighton have played this season. They look like a team that could actually compete, but they're just not scoring enough goals. They don't have a striker that's clinical enough, because when you have Welbeck only scoring 6, Mupé, who picked up a red card, missed this game, only bagging a few goals this season, it's not enough. And Brighton know what they need to do next season if they want to compete and not be in a relegation battle. Sell Mupé. Sell him. You see what I'm saying? Sell him and bring in a quality striker. There's this guy from over in France that's doing well. I think he plays for Lyon. Go to the Ligue 1 and bring in one of them strikers, man. You see what I'm saying? Maybe bring in one of them guys from Lille, you know what I'm saying? Like a Iconia, Bamba, one of them guys. Yeah, who knows? Go to Brazil and find one of them little strikers that's doing well. Something. Because Neil Mopé, he ain't it, man. Definitely ain't it. Another striker that they could bring in, let's say if Brentford failed to get promoted, Ivan Toney. Dom, I think you're onto something there. You see? So good job for Brighton, but they should have held on after going ahead. But you got to give it to West Brom. You got to give it to Said Benrahma, who had a frustrating time so far at West Ham. And I know he'll come good because he's a quality Algerian player, man. He's quality. And that was a really good goal. Just bend it around and, sneaking at the post there. Brilliant goal by Benrahma. And back the point for West Ham United. So one apiece. I think they didn't create enough chances. There was a moment where Pablo Fornals did a really nice spin, but I think Jesse Lingard and Mikel Antonio didn't have their best games. It was nice to see Declan Rice back in the team as well. That's a plus for them. Rice and Shusek in the middle. Kufal played well, but it was just a frustrating day at the office for West Ham United. They only made one sub. That tells you a lot. David Moyes lacked the ideas in this game. He didn't know who he could bring on. It was only Yarmolenko and Benrahma you could really bring on and affect the game. Maybe a Ryan Fredericks for Kufal or whatever, but they need to, West Ham needs some signing next season as well. They need some more difference makers in their team as well. So 1 point apiece. And for West Ham, that definitely jeopardized their Champions League chances. They have to be fighting for Europa League right now with Tottenham, Liverpool, Chelsea, Leicester, all of them are in that fight for Champions League and Europa League. West Ham, no more Champions League, just Europa League. So for them, we're going to move right on. For them, their last games are against West Brom and Southampton. And for Brighton, they play Man City next. I know that. That one I know. And Arsenal. 2 tough games for the remainder of the season. So what are you guys saying in the chat right now, guys? Do you think that West Ham United would bag a Europa League place? Or do you think they'll squeeze in and get a Champions League place after Chelsea lose their remaining 2 games? Liverpool losing their remaining 2 games? Tottenham losing their remaining 2 games? Who knows? That won't happen. That will happen. That'll be weird. That'll be a weird one. So what are you guys saying right about now? So 4 minutes for Everton to salvage a draw. Yeah, I don't think they're getting a draw, man. Don't think they're getting a draw. So Twitter is also saying it would be interesting to see if Alfredo Morelos in the Prem, he would antagonize many defenders. I never actually saw this guy play, you know. I know he plays for Rangers. That'll be a good signing too. That'll be a good signing for Brighton too. Morelos. So Roshane Fraser is saying Tielemans' goal of the FA Cup season, definitely. Or maybe not. There's some, FA Cup games that we may not have seen that have some really good goals when the lower league teams meet each other and things like that. Those games produce a lot of goals. So Nadir Abdel Noor is saying Ferran Torres, Tielemans, Alisson, what a weekend. Yeah, we had a good weekend, man. We had a good weekend. Dupe is saying Mupé is a fraud. And Adam is saying I'm not watching the game, getting notifications only. What else we got here? City must sign Bissouma, man. Yeah, if Bissouma, and I'm glad you actually mentioned that. Really glad you mentioned that because Bissouma played well in that game too, you know what I'm saying? He just looks like he bossed the field. And he has a lot of command on his teammates and everything, over his teammates. He just looks like a leader. And the Malian international looks like he definitely has a bright future because if you look at what he done this season, he has been linked with a move to many big clubs. And I've been hearing that he's linked to clubs outside of England too. So, and I've also heard that he's already told the club that he wants to leave. Not in the way like Raheem Sterling or Mahrez or Ousmane Dembele, that he don't want to train or he don't want to play. But he has just made, he just tell them later, I want to leave. I think he has like a year or 2 on his contract. So he will cost a pretty penny, man. He will definitely cost a pretty penny. All right, so what we got here in terms of comments? Let me see. What are you guys saying right about now? All right, so All right, Adam is saying, Dom, what do you think of Chelsea getting Kelechi for next season? Nah. Stop buying Leicester's players. I think Kelechi Iheanacho is good where he is right now. Not necessary. Robert is saying Bissouma better than Rodri. Rodri is a quality player though. I just want to see Rodri just up his tempo a bit. He's not as aggressive as a defensive midfielder needs to be sometimes, you know what I mean? But as you saw, this season, he popped up with a few good goals, you know what I mean? He picked up a few good assists and put in some really good tackles, a few good tactical fouls as well. So I think he's learning, man. He's learning. He's getting there. He's definitely getting there. So we're going to move right on and let's talk a bit about Crystal Palace versus Aston Villa, where I predicted the game to end in a 1-1 draw. And that was a fun game to watch, man. That game was action-packed. And it ended 3-2 to Crystal Palace. It was a come-from-behind win. And in this game, we had goals from John McGinn. That was a good goal. Long-distance shot all the way on the ground to beat the goalkeeper there. And that was actually Jack Butland in goal, making his Premier League debut for Crystal Palace. I forgot he was actually playing for Crystal Palace still. Crystal Palace also has Wayne Hennessy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I forgot these goalkeepers were actually playing for Palace though. I know Butland just came in from Stoke. He's only 28 years old, so he still have a lot of time to play, you know what I mean? But Hennessy's career is winding down. He's the Welsh international keeper. And Vicente Guaita is the number one. So news in, man. Sheffield United have beaten Everton, and they won't have the record as the worst Premier League team ever. So Heckingbottom is actually, staking his claim for the job there. And you got to give it to the young man, Jebison. Seems like he played the entire game. See what I'm saying? Amazing stuff, man. Love it. Jebison, man, the youngster. Lovely, lovely stuff. What a weekend, man. What a weekend. A lot of good stories written this weekend. But Benteke with the equalizer, set up really well by Tyreek Mitchell. Really good cross. Good header by Benteke for his 9th goal of the season. Remember, I was actually talking about Benteke scoring 10 goals this season. He's inching ever so close. El Ghazi, he did score in the 34th minute to give Villa back the lead. So Crystal Palace held on to the lead for like 2 minutes. Good goal by El Ghazi. His 9th of the season, set up by Watkins for his 5th assist. But in the second half, Crystal Palace came back and they turned the screws. Zaha with a goal in the 75th minute, set up by Eze. That was Zaha's 11th goal of the season, and I think that's his best ever return for any season ever in his Premier League career, which is amazing. And Tyreek Mitchell scoring his first goal of the season, and I think that's his first goal for Crystal Palace, definitely in the Premier League. Good win. Good win for Crystal Palace. Very mercurial team. Very difficult to predict. I was on point to get the draw prediction right, but Tyreek Mitchell came in and he pulled off the win. And I like to see the emergence of these young players. You know what I'm saying? Mitchell only 21 years old. He's a fullback, and quality fullbacks are very hard to find. So this would do the young man a whole lot of good for his confidence. So good win for Crystal Palace. Not such a good performance by Aston Villa with Grealish coming off the bench yet again. Wasn't able to actually affect the game. Wesley and Keenan Davis being the other substitutes. So in terms of the table, for Crystal Palace, they're still 13th. As far as I can remember, I predicted Crystal Palace to come in 13th, and they're still 13th. It seems like they can't get higher than that. And they have 44 points, though, which is very, very good. 2 more games, they could get to the 50 if they win their remaining games, which means they would have to beat Liverpool. I doubt that's going to happen. But who knows? You see what I'm saying? They could get to 50 points. As for Aston Villa, not a bad season comparing what they did last year. 49 points, and they haven't been good in 2021. Let's just conclude that, especially with the absence of Jack Grealish. But overall, a good job by Dean Smith and John Terry there in the coaching staff. And I would say a very successful season for Aston Villa. What are your thoughts, guys? What are your thoughts? Phil Jones in the house. Say, yo, Dom, FA Cup winners, the Foxes. Congratulations there, Phil Jones. You guys deserve it. We're going to be talking about that pretty soon. We don't want to be too long, but I'll touch on your comments here. So, Thriller saying, I feel sorry for Everton Rose. You're funny, man. You're funny. Thriller also, and the bottom of the table, Sheffield has just bamboozled Carlo Ancelotti for all 3 points. Yeah, man. Yep. Guys, make sure you smash the thumbs up button if you haven't yet done so. Let's get the stream to 50 thumbs up. Do appreciate all the support, everybody coming through once again. So, what else we got here? King Latino is saying Zaha to Arsenal. That should have happened already. But Arsenal, they actually preferred to sign Willian on a free. And, I know Zaha, they would have had to pay for Zaha, but still, Think about the salary and everything that they paid for these players, Zaha would have done a really good job at Arsenal. And I've heard that Willian is leaving at the end of the season. They want to get rid of Willian. What a waste. What a waste. What a waste. So what else we have here in terms of comments? Let me see. Roshane. Chelsea still couldn't win a silverware after spending 200 million. Tuchel taking the pressure, but still have done a good job. We're going to talk about Chelsea pretty soon. Zaali, Delhi spotted kissing Pep daughter. We spoke about that already. And King Latino, Crystal Palace needs to sell some players. What's actually going to happen with Crystal Palace, guys? 12 players and the manager, their contracts expire at the end of the season. I think they're going to renew some contracts, and some of those contracts they're going to allow to expire, and they're not going to be able to sell the players, but the players would become free agents, and Crystal Palace would free up some of the wages and everything in order to refresh the squad, because if they don't refresh the squad, they are in jeopardy of, being relegated soon. Definitely. So we're going to move right on to the next game, guys. Let us talk a bit about Tottenham versus Wolves. I slept through most of this game, man. You know what I mean? On my lunch break today at work, I slept through the game. And it was a good win for Tottenham. I predicted a 1-1 draw, but Wolves came up light once again. Tottenham 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. Tottenham also hit the post on a few occasions, so they were lucky not to score more, where Harry Kane, set up by Pierre-Emile Højbjerg in the 45th minute. That was Harry Kane's 22nd goal this season, and he went ahead in the Golden Boot race, but was later caught by Mo Salah, who did score in the game against West Brom. So Kane and Salah on 22 goals, guys. Who do you think are going to win the Golden Boot this season? Or it's going to be a tie? Yeah, let them share it. Let them share it. Definitely. And then Højbjerg scored from a rebound, his second goal of the season in the 62nd minute. Wolves did have a few opportunities. I could remember Fabio Silva having a chance and he put it wide. But seeing that I was, dozing for most of this game, I didn't catch a lot. Dele Alli did hit the post. I could remember that, and Harry Kane hit the post. But for Wolves, a debut was handed to Theo Carbenu. I can't even say this name. Carbenu. Theo Carbenu. I'm actually listening to the Alisson interview is playing right now. I never even heard him talk. But big up to Alisson, man. That was a big goal. He should definitely dedicate that goal to his father. But yeah, let me stop getting distracted by this Alisson interview here right now. But good win for Tottenham, and they put themselves into 6th. I don't think they'll get the Champions League spot, but you never know. Ryan Mason could do the job for Tottenham and get the permanent job. Who knows? So they have 59 points. They could only get a maximum of 65, just like West Ham. Nah, it's not happening. No Champions League football next season for Tottenham Hotspur. It ain't happening. Europa League. Play against Dinamo Zagreb and Crvena Zvezda and them teams next season. Scrap it out with them. Definitely not rubbing shoulders with the big boys next season. So, all in all, you could say it has been a failure of a season for Tottenham Hotspur. No silverware once again. Knocked out of the Europa League. Lost the final of the Carabao Cup to Manchester City. Mourinho got sacked. It's been a failure of a season for Tottenham Hotspur. We could just assume that one time. We could not assume. We're not making assumptions. We're making conclusions here. Postseason. 59 points, 17 wins, 11 losses, 8 draws. Not good enough. So for the rest of the season, Tottenham will play Villa and Leicester City. I told you guys, listen, man. Championship Sunday, that's going to be fire. That is going to be fire. I just might stay home, though. Should I stay home and do a watch along? Maybe. I'll think about it. That'll be fire. That will be fire. And go live for from the watch along to about 6 hour live stream. Who would want that? Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just save the energy to do a wrap up on that Sunday. Yeah, I'm not gonna call out from work. I don't have any more sick days, guys. So in terms of Wolves, failure of a season as well. 45 points, not bad, seeing that they have not scored enough goals. But, Wolves have scored 35 goals this season. That is poor. That is really, really poor. And that's what affected them. But 12th is still respectable, though. Seeing that they're a team that recently got promoted and got back-to-back 7th-place finishes, was in the Europa League and all. This season has been a big drop-off. So they have to just try not to drop further down in the table and, try to avoid being relegated, because it can happen. We saw what Sheffield United did last season and what happened to them this season. It can happen. So Wolves have to be very careful. They have to, sell a few players. Some players didn't work out, get rid of them, and bring in fresh blood. A player that comes to mind is that guy from Sporting, Pedro Gonçalves, but I doubt he would actually want to leave Sporting, who's going to be playing Champions League next season, and come and play for Wolves. But you never know. These players be doing weird things, man. You see what I'm saying? So for Wolverhampton Wanderers, they play Everton and Manchester United for their last 2 matches of this season, and it could be 2 L's. But we know Everton and United are both frauds. It could be 2 wins as well. What are you guys saying in the chat right about now? How's everybody, by the way, if I haven't asked you as yet too? So let me see. Skriniar to Spurs, Dyer to Roma. Skriniar should not leave Inter and go to Spurs. That'd be dumb. But you never know. These players do dumb things. Robert Pavkovic, Leicester were very unlucky to win. Oh, my God. Anyways, let us move on. Sorry there, Robert, but, don't agree with what you're saying there, and I don't know. We'll get to that game pretty soon. We will. Big up to Martin Kolev in the house, man. Robert, when I finally do give you a chance and I'm about to read out your comment, what is up? Why? What is going on with you, Robert? What is up with you? Seriously. You see what I'm saying? Why are you always so negative with everything? Come on, man. But do appreciate your input, though. You know what, man? You know what? Let me really see what this comment is saying. Leicester were very unlucky. Unlucky. I keep saying unlucky. Leicester were very lucky to win the FA Cup. People acted like Chelsea didn't deserve to win. They created the most chances and they played bad. Leicester scored 1 out of a 100 goal out of nothing. Oh my God. Robert Pavkovic. Listen, you're becoming a legend around these parts, man. Legend for the wrong reasons. Let us move on. We're almost done. Everton versus Sheffield. I predicted a 2-0 win for Everton. But Everton coming off of a draw against Villa, right? 0-0 draw that was. 1-0 loss to Sheffield United. Congratulations to Sheffield United on picking up a rare victory. And it had to be Everton, right? Wow. Paul Heckingbottom could tell his great-grandkids that he led Sheffield United, who were already relegated since October, to a win against a manager who won multiple Champions League titles, Carlo Ancelotti. Heckingbottom, you're a legend, bro. But Daniel Jebison, I didn't see the goal, but he scored in the 7th minute. That was his first start, his second appearance. I was there. I watched when he made his debut off the bench. And Heckingbottom said, you know what? Brewster on the bench. You know what? Brewster or Jebison. You know what? I'm going to call my wife and ask her. Wife, who should I give the start? So the wife says, Paul, come on, Paul. The guy Brewster came in for big money. He's gotten so many opportunities and he haven't done a goddamn thing. Paul, listen, if you play Brewster, don't come back here tonight, okay? Do not come back here tonight. You'll sleep in the freaking the pig sty or the dog pen. Do not come back here. So Paul said, okay, all right, wife. All right, Matilda. I'll start Mr. Jefferson. Bam. The wife called back later after the game and said, hey, told you so. I got a hot meal waiting for you and a hot bath. Okay? Come on over. So Jefferson with a goal in the 7th minute set up by Jack Robinson. And imagine Jefferson scoring and Ryan Brewster have not scored yet. Imagine that. How many appearances this season for Ryan Brewster? I feel bad for the young man. Seriously. He will do well in the championship. He will do a lot better. 25 Premier League appearances this season. Not a single goal. Not a single assist. So, do we have anybody in here right now who are going to tell me goals and assists don't matter now? Who's going to tell me that goals and assists don't matter? I'm waiting. I'm waiting. And guys, also, if you haven't yet, smash the thumbs up button. Make sure you like the video. Let's get the stream to 50 thumbs up. We'll definitely appreciate that. Please tell me. I'm waiting. Goals and assists don't matter, huh? Okay. Rest my case. I rest my case. But that was a, good win, good morale boosting win for Sheffield United, seeing that their morale is so low. Everton, you're screwing up, man. You had Champions League in your sights before. You had Europa League in your sights. And right about now, it's looking like you could still get conference, but I doubt you'll get anything. So I want to see right now West Ham United are in that Conference League spot. I would truly love to see West Ham get the Europa League spot and Tottenham get the Conference League spot. You see what I'm saying? Could imagine Harry Kane scoring a double hat-trick against freaking who? Let's say the champions of Albania. Or the champions of Slovenia, some North Macedonia. Harry Kane, first player to score 7 goals in a European game. Oh my God, I would definitely prefer to see West Ham get the Europa League spot. It would make their club a little bit more attractive, and it would make Tottenham less attractive. And Harry Kane would say, you know what, man? Even though I could win this trophy here, the Conference League, I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to another club. I was actually looking at Harry Kane and his finishing ability today. And I said to myself, it would be crazy if Man City signed Harry Kane. He has been linked with City. That would be a crazy signing, man. God damn. Could you imagine Harry Kane at Man City, guys? Woo! God damn. If there's anybody in here or anybody, the other YouTubers out there, you're going to make Premier League predictions, don't run and make Premier League predictions as soon as you find out the third team that comes up from the championship. Don't run and go and make predictions before you know who signs to, who. Don't do it yet. Just wait until, maybe 3 weeks before, 2 weeks before, let's say 2 weeks before the season starts. Most transfer business would be wrapped up by then. The season starts in August. Transfer deadline day in the Premier League used to be wrapped up, but I think that has kind of been extended. But I like when the the transfer window is over and the league starts. I hate when the freaking league is still playing at the beginning of the season and the window is still open. I don't like that one. So I don't know what it's going to be this year, though. But it'll be crazy. It's just mind-blowing to think of Harry Kane at Manchester City. So just going back to the Sheffield Everton, man. I'm getting a bit carried away there. Sorry there, guys. Sometimes I get lost in the room. I forget I'm live and I'm talking to myself. But good win for Sheffield. That's only their 6th win this season. And right now, Sheffield has more wins this season than West Brom and Fulham, which is amazing when you think about it. It's just that they couldn't draw enough games. They lost 28 matches. But in their last 5, they have 2 wins, which is nuts. So big up to Sheffield. All the best in the championship. They will finish off their season against Newcastle and Burnley. And as for Everton, I did talk about them already, right? They will play Wolves and Man City. No, I didn't mention that. Wolves and Man City for the remainder of the season. So that'll be interesting. The thing is about when I'm so happy that we have the top 4 race going on, guys, because relegation has been decided. The champion have been decided. And at least we have something to talk about, because imagine doing these streams and just talking about all dead robbers. You see what I'm saying? So thank you, Chelsea, Leicester, Liverpool, Tottenham, West Ham, for all being mediocre to some extent this season. Thank you. Thank you. And when I say mediocre, I mean, you guys know your 60-something points after 36 games is not that great. It ain't that great. Let's not pretend it's great, because it's not. But it does show that the league is very competitive. That's what it shows. And when you have Liverpool struggling against most of the teams from the bottom half of the table and doing well against the teams from the upper half of the table, it shows a very, very competitive league. And I love it. Definitely love it. So the last game that we got to talk about before we just touch on the FA Cup final, guys, would be the big one, the elephant in the room, the monster in the room, Liverpool, West Brom. I predicted a 2-0 win for Liverpool. It ended in a 2-1 win. And what an emphatic finish to the game. I must give a round of applause to Alisson Becker. Look, let me say it right now. A win is a win. I know a lot of Liverpool fans are going to, a win is a win. And I feel a win is a win. But if we're here to analyze the win, we're going to analyze the win. You see what I'm saying? We're going to analyze it. Overall, I think I predicted Liverpool to win. I think they should have won the game based on the way they played. But in the final third, Liverpool has been poor. You see what I'm saying? They got to finish off these chances, man. And this is not a Liverpool team that we saw got to back-to-back Champions League final, second in the Premier League, then going on to win the league. This is not the same team. This team has changed. I don't know what's going on, but the team has changed. You see what I mean? When things are nice, you know what I mean? Like you're winning things are nice, you put on some weight, you can't run that fast anymore, you can't score goals like you were used to score goals anymore. Seems like that's happening. When you used to take 1 touch in the box, you're taking 3. You see what I'm saying? You're getting the ball taken off you. When you're supposed to shoot, you're passing. When you're supposed to pass, you shoot. This is what's been going on with Liverpool. When you're supposed to bend it in the V, you're hitting it wide of the goal and all that kind of stuff. So the decision-making has been questionable. And I know the injuries have hampered Liverpool severely in that they have no, established defenders. But you got to give it to Nat Phillips, who was big against Manchester United. Goal line clearances, went down for a penalty, overturned, made a mistake, ended up diverting the ball in the back of his own net and setting up Jota for the goal. You got to give it to Phillips. And I think that Liverpool should reward Phillips by keeping him in the team next season. You see what I'm saying? Because he's a good guy to play in the cup games. He's a good guy to actually, bring on when you want to consolidate things, when you want to see out games. They shouldn't discard of Nat Phillips. Reece Williams, I think, maybe needs to go out on loan to a lower league. He was on loan at a 6th-tier club. He needs to go maybe to a 4th-tier or 3rd-tier club to just get stronger, just learn the game some more, because he's kind of suspect. And it was his movement towards the ball that ended up in West Brom scoring that first goal. Hal Robson-Kanu, his first goal of the season, his first goal since Euro 2016 maybe. Oh man, that was a brilliant Cruyff turn by Hal Robson-Kanu in Euro 2016. Nobody could ever forget that one. But I thought that Hal Robson-Kanu was going to break Liverpool hearts today. He almost did. Did get in behind for a second one. Didn't score. But it wasn't meant to be for West Brom. I think they fought well and they fought hard. But as I always mention, man, quality would always prevail in the end. And that was a quality ball by Trent Alexander-Arnold for that header by Alisson, man. God damn. Who could have predicted that? Tell me if any one of you guys in here predicted something like that to happen. Because I sure didn't. I knew Liverpool would score 2 goals. I predicted a 2-0 win. I knew they would score 2. But I didn't know that Alisson Becker was going to be the recipient of one of these goals. Usually, he gets scored on. He don't score on others. And he has more goals than Ryan Brewster this season, as I mentioned. You know, he has more goals than a lot of out-of-form strikers this season as well. So, amazing stuff, man. This is stuff that you only dream about, that you only imagine could happen. And when you look back at the replay, it's so airy to see him walking up, about to take go up for the corner. And then he ends up scoring. It's always lovely when the keeper scores. So this is some Rogerio Ceni type stuff. You see what I'm saying? Who remember that Brazilian goalkeeper, Rogerio Ceni? And Rogerio Ceni has a record, guys. I don't think you guys know of the record. I have this thing saved in my bookmarks. I'm gonna share it with you right now, right? Look at this thing, right? I have it saved in my bookmarks. I'm gonna get it to you guys right now. So look, I'm gonna get it to you. All right. Just give me 1 second and I'll get you a nice fun fact. Nice fun fact. So it says Rogerio Ceni netted 21 times in their 2005 season and followed that up with 16 in the 2006 season and was the team's top goal scorer. That's a Brazilian goalkeeper there, Rogerio Ceni. He used to go up and take the free kicks and take the penalties and everything. So that is one that comes to mind. And one that I could never forget is Jose Chilavert. Chilavert from Chile. His name was Jose Luis Chilavert. He used to go up and take the penalties and take the free kicks as well. He also finished as top scorer, joined top scorer in the Argentinian league for his clubs with 10 goals. So this is light stuff what Alisson Becker did today, but it was very, very important in Liverpool's quest to get Champions League. This is big. This is big. This is big. But just let me give you the facts of the game. Hal Robson-Kanu, 15-minute goal set up by Matheus Pereira. That was Pereira's 7th assist. Mo Salah, set up by Sadio Mane. Mane and Salah again. Woo! That's the second time that combination has linked up for a goal this season. Salah's 22nd goal to tie with Harry Kane. It's on. The race is on. Sadio Mane's 7th assist this season. And Alisson Becker's first goal for Liverpool, probably the first goal of his career. Trent Alexander-Arnold with his 7th assist. And as I mentioned, he has gotten better over the last couple games. So I do give credit when credit is due. I think Thiago has been playing a lot better. You see, if you're not playing good, I'm going to let you know you're not playing good. But Thiago has been playing a lot better, man. So I also got to give it to him. Shaqiri and Wijnaldum came off the bench, and I think their presence actually helped Liverpool to end up getting that winning goal. Liverpool win the game 2-1. They go up to 63 points and they put pressure on both Leicester and Chelsea, who should be like, they had, how have you allowed Liverpool to get so close to you? I don't know. Because after Liverpool lost 6 home games on the trot, Liverpool should have never been allowed to catch these teams. And look at what happened. So who you got to give credit to? Liverpool Football Club. You also have to give Liverpool Football Club a lot of credit for going against the odds to beat Manchester United. Not just pick up a draw, but beat Manchester United at Old Trafford. That was a big, dirty victory, man. You see what I'm saying? Liverpool are coming hot for the remainder of the season. And I like it. It's making things interesting, And I could talk now because my team City already wrap up the title. I could talk and I could do what I want now. Title is safe. Liverpool dust it off and, they took off the red ribbons and they adorned it with sky blue ribbons. They did it. The Premier League didn't do it. Liverpool were forced to do that. I'm just kidding. But, it's nice to see the competition at the end of the season here. And it's all in Liverpool's hands now if they are to get that 69 points and actually finish third. I predicted Liverpool to finish third this season. Third, me. That's my prediction. And City first. So maybe that is something, that is one I could actually get right. But it's up to Liverpool. It's up to them. I know there's a situation where you could say it depends on the other result. This does not depend on no other results. This depends on Liverpool's results. Liverpool win against Burnley. They win against Crystal Palace. They get Champions League football. It's that simple. It is that simple. Because even if Leicester, Leicester only win one of their 2 remaining games and go up to 69 points. If they lose one of those games, their goal difference will be affected unless they really pick up a big victory in the one game that they win. Right? For Chelsea or Leicester are definitely, one of them will definitely drop out. One of them will drop out, but it's contingent on if Liverpool win their games. So Liverpool beat Burnley. They give Burnley a 4-0 like what Leeds did. And they smash up Crystal Palace like they did earlier in the season. What was that, 7-0 or whatever? What did they do to Crystal Palace early on in the season? They need to do that again. And then they end the Champions League. But I want to get away from this whole narrative that the season has been saved and it's successful. No, it's still a very poor season. It is still a very poor season. The season has not been successful. Get it out your head. Stop talking like that. You're talking wild. The season has been a failure. Getting Champions League, a club like Liverpool expected to get Champions League. So if you're expected to do something, how is it a success? You're expected, it's expected. How is it some type of success? What are you happy about? You see what I'm saying? Like, for example, I'm a mechanic, right? Let's say I have to do the brakes on my car. I'm expected to successfully complete the brakes and the vehicle works properly and does not run off the road. When I step on the freaking brakes, I can't get brakes. I'm expected to do it properly. If someone who never did it before has to do it, if they manage to do it, it's then considered success. If they look at a manual and they take their time, it's considered success. Liverpool getting top 4 is not success after winning the Champions League and the Premier League. Do not settle for mediocrity, guys. Do not settle for mediocrity. You should only want first. At least get first in something. You were in 4 competitions this season. Get first in 1, and then you could talk success. Even if you win a League Cup or you win an FA Cup, you could talk success. If Leicester City fail to get Champions League football, they can still look at their league on their season as a successful season. They won the freaking FA Cup, and they would have qualified for Europe, even if it's not the Champions League but the Europa League. And if they look at their position in the league table, they would have came in 5th, 4th, whatever. It's a success, because when you look at their history, from down there yesterday, they were in the championship. So it's a success. Burnley's season has been a success. They survived. Okay, so that's just my thoughts. That's my thoughts on that. You know, I don't have a lot of time. And I like to say congrats to Liverpool for picking up that victory. Made the day nice. Alisson with that goal was absolutely lovely to see. And I hope we have more, some more moments like that for the remainder of the season. Bravo. West Brom, a poor season. They will go down. Sam Allardyce weren't able to save him, but they did put up a fight. I have to say, they put up a better fight than Fulham, in my opinion. For the last couple, let's say last 10 games, they put up a better fight. But it's just sad to see that they're going down. Big Sam, is he going to stay in charge? I don't know. Let's see. Let's wait. But all I have to say before I move on from this one, somebody needs to sign this guy, Matheus Pereira. That's it. Somebody got to sign him. That's all. Maybe Liverpool could pick him up or Arsenal could pick him up. But Burnley versus Liverpool versus Crystal Palace, they are must-wins. They are must-wins. Could there be a situation where Liverpool battle this thing? Yeah. Are they going to battle it? In my opinion, I don't think they will. But we'll talk some more about that when I go live again tomorrow for this week's predictions. So West Brom will finish off their season against West Ham and Leeds United. And guys, last but not least, before we end today's live stream will not be a super long marathon 3-hour live stream. I got to go drop my wife in about, 15 minutes. I just want to talk briefly about the FA Cup because I did talk about it yesterday. So if you missed that video, you can go and check it out. But congratulations to Leicester City. Congrats to Leicester City. They deserve it. I didn't predict them to win. I give Chelsea the benefit here and say, yeah, they've been playing some good football. Tuchel, this, that. Seems like Tuchel battled another final here. This is a big final. This ain't no freaking French Cup or nothing. This is a big final. You see what I'm saying? And Tuchel, you absolutely bottled it with that selection. I don't know. Listen, the selection will be the downfall of Tuchel and Chelsea. Remember, I told you that. That will be the downfall of Tuchel and Chelsea. Because the man just don't know who to play. You have to be firm on who you want to play, Tuchel. You got to be firm. Are you going to play Werner, Havertz, and Mount? Or you want to play Ziyech, Pulisic, and Werner, or Mount, Pulisic, and Ziyech, or you want to play Havertz? Who you want to play? Do you want to play Reece James and Aspilicueta in the same team, or do you want to play Zuma or Christensen? What the hell do you want to do, Tuchel? Do you want to play Kepa in goal, or you want to play Mendy? Make up your fucking mind. You see what I'm saying? Make it up. I know it's been working sometimes, but we've seen some occasions where they got smashed by West Brom, and then they lost to Porto, and then now you lose the FA Cup final, and then you lose to Arsenal. It seems like if you're getting figured out. They're not scoring near enough goals. They're not producing enough in their final third. Defensively, yeah. But when you realize you're in the game and you need goals and you start to open up, when you open up, then you become, vulnerable to counterattacks and things like that. And then is when you concede. When the pressure start piling on, that is when you can see the back passes to the keeper and all these kind of things. You see what I'm saying? Worldies by Yuri Telemans and them kind of things. So you got to give it to Leicester City. Yuri Telemans, definitely man of the match. That was brilliant. That was a brilliant goal. Controversial, very, very controversial, but we love it. In front of the fans and all. And when you talk about in front of the fans. But wait, before we talk about that, there was a controversial moment in the build-up to the Tillemans goal, right? But you have to think about it. Was the handball contributing? Was it the handball an attacking play to contribute and pass the ball to Tillemans? Or was it more kind of, trying to get the ball? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So, but the ball did hit a leg before it go on. It did hit another body part before it went on to his arms, which is not really a handball. But these rules are really weird. The handball rules are... I know, man. You don't have to do that. Rude. My wife is like, everybody be like, yeah, it's time to go. It's 4:33. The thing is at 4:45, man. God damn. I was in my groove there, though. But yeah, though. Yeah, the rules are very vague. Not even the referees know the rules. Not even the players know the rules. The commentators don't know the rules. I don't know the rules. You don't know the rules. We just have to just take what we get. But that was a damn good goal. You cannot take away anything from that goal because Chelsea failed to defend it properly. And after all the chances they had, they failed to score. I have to give it to this guy, Schmeichel. He deserves it, man. He stuck with Leicester and bam, Premier League title, FA Cup title. This is a big achievement for Leicester City. This is huge. This is real big. And Mount. Oh man, Mount. That was going in. But Schmeichel, that save, man. Ooh, that was a damn good save. Wes Morgan coming on. This game was full of a lot of symbolic things. Ben Chilwell getting booed by the Leicester fans, right? He got booed by the Leicester fans for going to Chelsea. Okay, Ben Chilwell, calm yourself down. Understand the fans are passionate. They loved you at Leicester. You move to Chelsea. Okay. You scored a goal and you go crazy. You lose your mind in the moment, and that was absolutely unnecessary. You should know that there's something called VAR. He was offside. I saw it. They didn't even need to draw up no lines. He was offside. I don't know if Chelsea fans are disgruntled here because, no. The goal should have stood for Tillemans. That was clean, I think. And then the handball, the offside for freaking Chilwell. Chilwell, you're a wild boy for celebrating like that. The man ran off and freaking the man slide. Woo. You know that commercial where the guy slides around a whole pitch? Chilwell might as well have done that. How he was celebrating. And I think he ran in front of the Leicester fans and celebrated too. And then only to find out that it wasn't a goal. You deserve all of that. And that has been trending too. That has been trending on Twitter, on Reddit and everything. So Chilwell, you just made a whole clown of yourself. So guys, congrats to Leicester. Hard luck to Chelsea, I must say. The Chelsea fans got super hyped after they beat Man City twice. After City made 8 changes in both games. What are you hyped up about that for? That is nothing to be hyped up about. You played against a Man City B team. Okay? And you won. Barely won both games. Think about what would happen when City bring their A game come May the 29th. Let me calm before Chelsea also bring their A game and smash us out the park. But look, guys, it's been real. Make sure you smash the thumbs up button for the live stream. It's been a shorter one today, an hour, 40 minutes. I gotta go drop the wife to get her vaccine. Don't want to be late. And then I gotta go shopping, so there's a lot to do as well. And you saw the reaction when we left the trophy. I didn't actually get a chance to see that because it's always, I'm strapped for time. After the game finished, I had to do a reaction, so I couldn't get to watch the Leicester's trophy lift. I didn't even, look, I don't watch trophy lift. I don't watch trophy lifts like that because I have to actually go and talk about the game. But I didn't even watch City trophy lift. Seriously, we used to lift in the trophies like that. You know, we lift in the League Cup 4 seasons in a row. Why do I need to go watch it? I'm spoiled. I'm sorry. I will watch the Champions League trophy lift if we lift it, though. Make sure I watch that first before I go live. I will be live, actually. But I will be watching the trophy lift. But guys, look, man. Look. I got to go. Thanks again for tuning in. It's been a quick one. And maybe we need to, maybe next, I don't know. What do you guys like? Longer or shorter or, 1 hour, 45 minutes? Let me know. We could do something different next season. So, guys, thanks again for coming through. Friend boy Dominic Rich, this one was a fun one. Like to say thanks for the continued support. A lot of new content on the channel, guys. Go check out the content and show it some love. We'll definitely appreciate that. And, I've been consistent. What else could I do? You see what I'm saying? What else you want from me? I'm consistent, current and everything, and I'm real and I'm true. So what else do you want? I'm giving you all of me right now. Okay? So Ferran boy Dominic Rich, thanks again. Until next time. Peace out. Rich Squad. Peace.